Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Saturday morning. Oh my goodness. Got a nice crowd that has entered in today. That's good to see. We're going to have a really cool session today. If you do some of the things that I'm going to tell you about today, you can literally 4 or 5 times your sales, maybe 10 times your sales. And I know that sounds crazy, but it definitely can be done. I want to welcome everybody today. If you don't know me, I'm J.R. Fisher. Been selling online since 2009. I've sold millions of dollars of both digital and physical products, and I do these lives not to sell you anything, but to just help you start, run, and grow your own online business. I do have programs. You're welcome to check into them. That's not what we're going to talk about today. We're just going to talk about helping you guys. Let me say hello to some of our regulars here. We got Just Roblox. There's Richard Brown, and I have an iPad down here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. Web Solutions, good morning to you. Good to see you. Canadian Entrepreneurs in there. Let's see, Paul is in there. We got a bunch of people in here today. This is a good session today. We're going to have fun today, and you guys are going to learn some stuff, and you can apply it, make money. And even though I'm going to be talking about retargeting, guys, you can ask me about whatever you want. I see Cameron just jumped in there. Paul is in there. James Breen is in there. Oh my goodness, everybody. And James is always helpful because I always forget to ask, can you hear me? Because sometimes I'll ramble on and the sound doesn't work and then nobody even hears me. But James keeps me straight. He keeps me straight out there. This session is really just about helping you guys. But if you have questions, anything about making money online, and I have the knowledge to it, I'm not going to answer something if I don't know the answer. But I will be glad to help you. My consulting fees are $2,000 an hour. So you're sitting here and you can ask me anything you want for free. And I just do this, just kind of giving back to the community because you guys have given me so much over the years. I really do appreciate everything that you guys done. And I really appreciate your attention. I appreciate that you showed up today. I appreciate that you're in here just listening to me. I mean, you could be anywhere. You could listen to anybody. You could do anything. Your time is so valuable. And for you to spend it here, it really means a lot to me. So I really feel like I need to give you guys some real good value. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so. The button down there will be red, the subscribe button. If you haven't clicked it yet, make sure you click it, turn it gray. As soon as you do that, you will have the ability to ring the bell, which is turn on the notification bell there. James is reminding me as I'm saying it. So ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so that you're notified every single time I go live, every single time I post a new video, and you don't waste your time coming to look to see if I did. YouTube will actually just remind you and let you know, but you do have to turn on all notifications. When you click the bell, there's going to be a little drop down, and you want to get the one that says all notifications. I also need a thumbs up from everybody. Let me give you a second to do that. I need a thumbs up from everybody right now. James is reminding me. He's on top of this, man. He's my wingman. And make sure you do that because that really helps the distribution of this video. Helps me a whole lot. With that, unless you guys got any side questions or anything, I do want to jump into it. I got a card here I want to give away at some point. Let me get my screen set here so I can see you guys. And I'll be answering your comments as I go through here too. What's Cameron saying? Logo designing is hard. First think and then make it. Saying is easy, doing is hard. Yes, everything. It's easy to say you're going to do stuff. It's easy to say. I'm working on a course now. I'm just finishing up my digital course designer course. And man, I've been working on it like night and day. But it's coming really, really nice, guys. And if you're interested in making courses to sell online and making money, that's what this course is. It teaches how to make courses. It walks you through all the steps. I've made plenty of courses. So it's not based on theory. It's based on what I've already done. I've got some bonuses I'm going to give away with it, like how to market your course and how to get people to buy your course and sales pages, all these cool things. So I think it's pretty neat. So let's talk about remarketing. What is remarketing? Remarketing is really pretty unique because online you have the ability to remarket. If you own a store, let's say you're in a mall somewhere and you own a shoe store and somebody comes in and they don't buy shoes and they leave, it's over. It's done. And as you know, any store, most of the people that come into the store walk through and they never buy anything. The same thing happens on your website. Same thing happens on your sales pages. They get there and maybe 1 or 2% will actually buy the first time they get there. So that leaves like 98, 99% of the people never buy from you. That doesn't mean they can't buy from you. That just means they didn't buy from you at that moment. So I want to talk about some ways that you can retarget these people. And when you retarget them, see, the first time they get there, it may be the first time they heard about you, the first time they saw anything you had. So they're going to be kind of leery, and they're not as likely to buy. Somebody who already knows you, who's already seen your products, has already seen what you've got, is 4 to 5 times more likely to purchase from you. 4 to 5 times more likely. But you have to go after that business. Now, that person that walked in the shoe store and they walk out of your shoe store, you'll never see them again. There's no way to track that person. There's no way to say, hey, you were in the other day and I got this great sale on these shoes now. You can't do that, but you can do it on a website. You can do it on a sales page. And it's done through cooking the person. Now, there's a couple different ways to retarget. What I want to talk about first is emailing. Okay, email retargeting. So if somebody visits your web page and they don't buy anything, but they maybe download, something free that you have. Now, I have a bunch of downloads on my web page, and you should have them too. And these downloads, when they opt in, they give up their email address. So the first type of retargeting is, hey, you were on my website, you didn't buy anything. Of course, we're not going to say it that way. I have certain emails I send out for this, but you were on my website, you didn't buy anything. Here's a great deal on that thing you were looking at. Okay, so once that person is retargeted like that through this email, they're a lot more likely to buy. And you don't have to retarget them once. You could retarget them 3, 4, 5, 6 times. You could retarget them with different products you have. You could retarget them just to the nth degree. And the cool thing is they remain on your list forever unless they unsubscribe. And if you're giving them good content and if you offer them good deals, they'll probably stay on there. I've got tens of thousands of people that are on my email list that I can email at any point and go make money. That's pretty cool, right? But that is the simplest form of retargeting. But what about these other people? What about these people who come to your website and they don't opt in and you don't have their email? How in the world are you going to find those people again? Are they like that person at the shoe store in the mall? No, they're not. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Let's see here. Are you offering a discount at the launch of how to create a digital course? Yes, I am. And I'm still working through the pricing on that. It's going to be an incredible deal in the beginning, and I'll tell you why. I do this all the time. I give a really incredible deal in the beginning to get testimonials. Okay, so if I give somebody a great deal, I get a whole lot of signups at first, and then that way I can go back to them and say, hey, I want to get a testimonial from you. And those people are usually very successful when they get in the beginning. We really help them a lot. We have a good support team. We have help desk and all that stuff. And I don't want to get off onto like I'm selling my program to you, but somebody did ask a question. So if you're interested in creating courses like what I've done and how I've paid my bills, and you want to know how to do that, I'm revealing all of that. I'm showing you exactly how it's done. I'm pulling back the curtains, letting you know. It's called Digital Course Designer. Let me put this in here just so you guys know. Be on the lookout for Digital Course Designer. And that's DCD, okay? And if you notice, all my courses have 3 letters, okay? Web Cash Academy, WCA. Ecom Road, I guess kind of Ecom Road, yeah, ECR, Ecom Road. I've got that. I've got I can't think of all my courses now. Facebook Ads University, FAU. I got Facebook Ads University. I got DCA, Digital Cash Academy. I have that. I have e-business toolbox, EBT. So I have all these different courses, and that's why this course is cool, is because it comes from somebody who's made a bunch of courses and made a bunch of money on them. I'm getting impatient to get the course. It'll be there. Don't worry about it. Fiverr or Upworks? Wow, it depends. It really depends. I use them for different things. I used Fiverr the other day because I had a one-off job for some graphic art. I was putting my face on these $50 bills and $100 bills and $500 bills because I'm going to send them out to my mail list so that they can use it for purchases. So I would go to Fiverr for that, okay? Because I'm going to get somebody. I think I paid with the fee, it was like $15 with the fee. It was like $18.87 to have these 3 bills made. So it was really cheap. If I went to Upwork, somebody may charge $30 an hour to do that. So that wouldn't be a good place for it. However, I'm having some Magento work done on one of my websites, and I'm spending thousands of dollars on that, and I definitely only would go to Upwork for that, because that's a longer term job. I need a whole lot higher skill set level, and I'm not saying there aren't some skilled people on Fiverr. I'm just saying for bigger jobs I always go to Upwork, where there's an hourly rate. If it's a one-off job, I go to Fiverr because they'll say, hey, I'll do this graphic artwork for $5 or $10, whatever. And I found somebody who would do a dollar bill for $5, and I said, well, I want a 50 and 100 and a 500, so it'd be 15 bucks. So it was just easier. I like Fiverr for that. So anyhow, let's talk about this retargeting. What about the people who come to your website and they don't buy and they don't opt in? Did you lose them? The answer is no, you did not lose them. Now, what you can do, and I want you to think this through, okay? There's several things you can do. Let's say they come to your website and they go and they put something in their cart and they go to their cart, okay? Now, the cart URL, the address of that cart has an address, okay? So what I do is I go into Google Ads and I say, I want to run an ad that's going to be in front of everybody who went to this URL, okay? This cart URL. Now, I want to get rid of the people who bought, though, because some people went to the cart and they went all the way through and bought, correct? So now what I can do in Google is I say, I want everybody who went to this URL, the cart URL, but did not see the page that was the thank you page for the purchase. Does that make sense to you? So they went to the page where they had something in their cart, but they never saw the page, the URL that said thank you for purchasing from us. Now, the reason I did that is what I did is I got all the people who went to the cart but did not go to checkout, which means they didn't buy. So now I'm just targeting the non-buyers. If I were to say everybody who went to the cart, well, that would include everybody that purchased too. So there's no point in me putting that ad in front of them. But if I put it just in front of the people who went to the cart and didn't see the thank you page, guess what? I get all the people who didn't buy from me. And like I said, only 1 or 2% of the people didn't buy from me. Now, why is that? Why is it only 1 or 2% didn't buy from me? I want you to think about your day for a second. I'm going to show you some more ways to retarget in a second too. But I want you to think about your days. Are you ever doing something and get interrupted? Do the kids ever bother you? Does your dog ever jump up on you? Do you ever get a text? Do you ever get an email you got to take care of and you get pulled away from whatever you're working on? Well, that's what happens with most people at their cart. They get there and something distracts them, something bothers them, okay? And when that something bothers them, they don't complete their action. So with you just putting an ad up in front of them, or with you just sending them an email and saying, hey, you forgot to complete your sale, you could increase your sales with just that simple thing. That's without a discount. That's without giving them anything. And I would say in the beginning, we don't want to give them a discount. We just want to remind them. Now, if we reminded them, let's go back to that email example. We reminded them with their email and they still didn't buy, then what I want to do is send them some type of discount, some type of incentive. Because the first reason they may not have completed their sale is they got interrupted, they forgot it, they just didn't get around to it, they were busy, whatever it was. Why give up money on that one? You don't want to give up money on that one. But the next one around, I'm going to send them an email and say, hey, you still haven't bought from me, how about this discount? And you could do the same thing with retargeting in Google Ads. Now, here's the cool thing about Google Ads and what you guys may not realize. If it is a display ad, let's say it's a little banner, okay? And the way it works with Google is all the sites that allow banner ads, Google will put your ad on their sites for the people who have been to your cart to see. Now, that's pretty amazing. So they're all over the internet and they're going and shopping for groceries and clothes and all this, and they keep seeing your banner ad. How much does that cost you when they see your banner ad? Does anybody know? Put in the comment section there. How much is that banner ad that pops up on the side of their screen as they're surfing the internet and all these sites? I'm going to give you a second to put that in there because we have a little time lag, but I want you to put in there, what does it cost for your banner ad to show up for all these people? Let me get a sip here real quick. Our saying for the day. Here's our saying for the day. Our saying for the day. But what's it going to cost them? Does Kartra notify you if they left cart or do not use different software, or you use different software? You don't really need Kartra for that. You can do that on Kartra. There is a section in there where you can tag somebody if it's an abandoned cart, and you can retarget those people through emails. What I'm talking about doing now is I'm talking about using some Google ads, and I'm targeting people who visited the cart but did not visit the thank you page. Okay, so I'm using Google stuff for that. It would take 6 months so I could become a graphic designer with a certificate. You know, you don't need a certificate. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I haven't got a clue what the banners cost. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what they cost. Are you ready for this? They're free. They're free. Now, what if you were that shoe store owner, okay? And you could put ads in front of the person that left your store, and they were free. Would you be willing to do it? Will you say, well, yeah? And I say, okay, I'm gonna take it one step further. What if that person that left the shoe store that I talked about in the beginning, you could put ads in front of them as they walked around the city, as they drove everywhere, your ad kept popping up. They were all free. And the people who were now interested and wanted to come back to your store, you would just pay for those people. How about that? Is that possible? That's exactly how Google Ads works. You only pay if they click and go back to your site. You only pay if they click and opt in. You only pay if they click and attend your webinar. So all you're going to do is you're just going to pay for the people that click. That's pretty frigging awesome, guys. That is pretty frigging awesome. Now, what we've talked about so far is we've talked about emailing them. We've talked about giving them a discount email after we email them to remind them. We've talked about putting banner ads in front of them, targeting those people who went to their cart, okay? But what about people who never went to the cart? What about people who just came to your webpage and left? You can retarget those too. All you do is you run an ad, and in the ad, I say, I want to put this banner ad in front of everybody who visited my website. In other words, this URL right here, right? But did not buy anything. And I can do that by saying anybody who visited this URL, this main URL, my website, but did not see the thank you page. And I put that URL. Now I can target everybody who went to my website. Everybody who went to my website. Now I'm going to shift over a little bit, and I'm going to talk a little bit about YouTube. What if you built an audience on YouTube, which I have, okay, and you said, okay, I know that people that know me, that have seen my videos, that listen to me, that subscribe to me, are going to be more likely to buy from me. And you want to do some video ads. What you can actually do is you can run video ads, and you can say, I want only the people who subscribe to my channel to see this ad. You can send it out to just your subscribers. And guess what? That ad, that video ad, maybe you say it's 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, which mine are, it's going to run for 5 seconds, and then they can click and they can say skip ad. If they click and say skip ad, guess what? You don't pay anything. You pay zero. Okay, the only ones that you're going to pay on are the ones that stay on the ad and keep watching it. In other words, the people that are interested. So I can target anybody who is subscribed to my channel and run an ad and put it in front of them. Now, I can take this further. I can also say, I want to target anybody who has watched one of my videos in the last 90 days. Just watched one of my videos. Any video on my channel, I want to target those people. And I can do that for the last 90 days. I can do it for the last 180 days. I can do it for the last 365 days. Heck, I can run it all the way up to 540 days. Okay? So now, if I'm selling something on YouTube and I've got a YouTube ad running, I can now run an ad to all those people who watched one of my videos in the past 540 days. That's the limit, is 540 days. But guess what? I don't pay for those ads unless they click, unless they watch past that 5 seconds where they can click off it, okay? I don't pay for it. Once they watch past that period of time, then I'm going to end up paying for a view, okay? But hey, if they're watching it, what does that tell you? They're probably interested. So if you're thinking about doing these ads like I'm talking about on YouTube, and I'm going to be doing some more training on them because we're doing them, you want to make sure that your offer is way in the beginning, right? Let them know right up front, hey, I'm doing this free masterclass, I'm doing this free webinar, you need to click here to sign up, and then tell them a little bit about it. If you wait to the end, the majority of the people will not make it to the end. They won't have the opportunity to click. So you want that click, you want that sign up, you want that purchase in the beginning of your video. So I mean, you don't have to do it within the first 2 or 3 seconds, but within the first 5 seconds, I would say, hey, I'm doing a free masterclass. There's going to be a button below, and let them know about that. That's the way my ads run. All right, let me get through some of these comments here. All right, Coasters for Life. Coasters for Life, what do you do? That's interesting, Coasters for Life. And if anybody wants to get subscribers from this live, let me know in this chat section. I'll tell people to look up your channel. I'll tell them to subscribe to you. Keep in mind, only subscribe to channels that you plan on watching videos. If you subscribe to a channel and you never watch the videos, you're hurting that channel. You're hurting it. That's why you never want fake subscribers, because all they're going to do is hurt your channel. Let's see here. No idea. Read banner charges. Okay, well, you know them now, Richard. That's pretty cool, right? How do you build trust with new customers? James Breen. Treat them right. Give them a good deal. Give them free content. Let them know I care about them, kind of like what I'm doing right now. I mean, this is just goodwill. I mean, I'm not getting paid to do this. I mean, technically, ads will run on this later on, and I'll make money. But it's not for that reason. It's just to help you guys out. You know, if I help you out and I treat you well, you may tell 2 or 3 of your friends. If I treat you crappy and I was bad to you, you're going to probably tell 100 people. I mean, it's like the magnitude is much greater when somebody's unhappy. I mean, when people have, like I had an average lunch yesterday, it was pretty good. I wasn't great, nothing to write home about. I'm probably not going to tell anybody about that restaurant. But if it was a horrible meal, like I had last Friday, you know, the food was just terrible. I've told quite a few people, man, don't go to this restaurant. It's not good. It's not good. Don't waste your money. Because we expect to have a decent experience. We just expect that. You know, if you go out to a restaurant and you have a decent experience, the chances of you filling out a survey or giving a testimonial for that restaurant are almost nil. You just won't do it, okay? Unless that's your thing where you critique restaurants. But if you have a bad experience, you're probably going to post something online about it, right? You're probably going to say something about it. We are much more attuned to giving our opinion when we're dissatisfied than when we're satisfied. So take care of your people is the number one thing you could do. That's how you build trust. Richard Brown says, yes. All right, so I'd like to tackle some of your questions. I've gone over a lot of information really quick. Somebody sending me a text spam. Gee, do you ever get those? Hello, Morad. You're late to the party. You know what? But you're probably in time for this. Does anybody want this? Anybody interested in this? Gift card for everything Apple. Gift card for everything Apple. Let me get a sip here so I can get this out. Hey guys, this is pretty simple. If you haven't done our gift card giveaway before, all you got to do is be the first person to enter this. So if you've got an Apple account, you probably want to sign into it right now. If you've got an Apple account, probably a thing you'll want to do, because I'm going to get you this Apple card here. Now this one here is 10 to 500, right? That's how much you could get on this card. This Apple card. It's brand new. Never been opened. You see a little strip on the back there. I got to take that off. Let's see. Just Roblox says, me, yes. Did you give the restaurant 1-star review online? No, I tell you, James, you know, a few years ago, I probably would have said something about a restaurant. But then I got to thinking, you know what? I can't hurt somebody else's business. I just can't. So I never, ever, ever give negative reviews anymore. I just don't do it. And let me prefix it this way. The service was pretty good, okay? They were nice to us. The restaurant was clean and neat. The food tasted awful. I mean, just awful. Some of the worst food I've had. However, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Somebody else may go to that restaurant and eat there and go, I like this. This is the style I like. This is the flavor I want. So for me to post a 1-star or anything negative about them, it's not fair. It's not fair because it's just my opinion. It doesn't make me right. That's just my opinion. Now, I won't go there again. I won't eat there again. But it's unfair to them as a business, as hard as they work, for me to say the food tastes bad there, when that's my opinion. That's my taste buds. Yours may say, you may taste it and go, oh, this is delicious. There you go. I mean, there was a lot of food there. They gave us a lot of volume. Well, what are you going to do? Anybody want this? Anybody want this? Average person know 250 people intimately and 2,000 on first name basis. Reason to keep them happy. Yeah, and you know what? Like I said, they'll tell them if they're upset. No Google Play, by the way. Hi, Melanie. What's going on, Melanie? Got some old timers coming back in here. It's good to see you guys. It really is. Do you have any questions before I do this on retargeting? Do you understand it now? We can retarget through emails. When we first email them, it's a reminder email that they didn't complete their sale. And then we're going to email them some discounts or some bonuses that we have to give an incentive. You don't have to give it up in the beginning though, okay? You don't have to. When we talk about retargeting them online, we can retarget people who visited our webpage. We can retarget people who went to the cart but did not complete the sale. We can do that. We can retarget people who watched one of our videos in the past 90 days, 180 days, 360, whatever, up to 540 days. We can target those people on YouTube, and we can put banner ads on YouTube too. You don't have to do a video ad if you don't want. If you just want to have a banner ad up to the side, you don't want to do a video ad, you can certainly do that. You can retarget people who subscribe to your channel. You can do that. So there's a lot of ways to retarget, and these are the ways you're going to make money. If you just run an ad and expect to make money, you won't do near as well as if you retarget people. You've got to retarget, okay? And that's what I've been working on a lot myself too. What percentage of profits comes from retargeting? The majority, because they already know you. It's 4 to 5 times easier to sell somebody who already knows you. So whereas you may get a 1 or 2% closing ratio if somebody visits your webpage, when you retarget them, your rates go up 4 or 5 times. So that's why I titled this how to 4 to 5 times your sales, because you really can. I mean, it's what the numbers are, but you won't do it unless you do something. I mean, you've got to actually do something. Can you retarget with Kartra? Yes, you can. You can retarget via emails. Okay, so that's how you would retarget. You can retarget via text. So Kartra actually has text. You do have to get another piece of software to retarget via text, and I think it's called Trello, and I use that to retarget via text. I don't use text as much as I probably should, just because I think it's a little intrusive. So I was going to text you guys today and let you know I was going live. I don't have all your phone numbers either. For years I didn't put the phone number field on any of my opt-in forms. I have since added that phone number field. It's not required though. If you make it required, you're gonna have a whole lot fewer people opt in because they know you're gonna text them at some point. So you gotta be careful about that. But yes, I can target people who went to a sales page. I can target people who went to a checkout. I can target people who did buy from me, and maybe I want to sell them a different product. So maybe I want to target people who already bought from me. Maybe they bought chicken and I want to sell them beef. Okay, so I can retarget that way too. Will you be doing a video on the how and showing the setup, etc.? If you're talking about digital course designer, yes, I show that. Or if you're talking about retargeting, yes, I will do that, and that's probably what you're talking about. I'm trying to read into this what you're talking about. How many times do you find it takes to convert clients? Oh wow, it varies. I mean, some people buy in the first try. I've had people on my list that's been on my list for 5 or 6 years before they buy anything. So it's really all across the board. I have found that let's say I'm sending out an email campaign. They're usually going to buy on the last email I send them, because I let them know that sale is ending or that offer is ending. That's when the majority of the people will buy. But there is no set amount. The only thing that is set is that if you don't do it, you won't make as much money. If you don't do these things I'm telling you right now, your income will be a quarter of what it could be, 1/4 of what it could be. Let's see, that is not useful for me because I don't have any iPhone. By the way, can we invest on your business, and what is your business about? I don't really have any investors. I own all my business. Fortunately, we don't need the money, really. So, I wouldn't take on an investor. If I take on an investor, I've got to give them profits. Why would I want to do that? I often will have people say, hey, I know you know how to market online. I'm starting this business. If you help me get it started, I'll give you 50% of the profits. Why would I take 50% of the profits? I could just do it on my own. I don't need to do that. It's silliness. JR, do you have a link or something like that to some of your free content? I am new to this, and maybe I should start with some of that. You can go to jrfisher.com. jrfisher.com. This channel alone has over 800 videos to teach you how to make money online. So what you would do is go to my channel. Let's say you wanted to work on a WordPress site. Type in WordPress, you'll find videos on that. Type in SEO, you'll find videos on that. Type in drop shipping, you'll find videos on that. That is the easiest way on this channel right here to find lots of content. But you can also go to my website. I have got some downloads there, some free courses. below this video in the description when it's over with today, there's going to be a link for a $97 course. You can get it absolutely free. All you can do is click and learn. It's really simple, so do that. What are your thoughts on messenger bots for retargeting? You know, Paul, I did that when that was hot, when it was hot. I don't know if it ever was hot. Probably about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and it really did not get a good response out of it. Everybody said it was so great, so wonderful, but I got to tell you, I don't see them around much anymore. And then Facebook clamped down on them a lot. I mean, a lot, and a lot of people lost their accounts because people didn't like getting messages from businesses. I don't use them. I just don't use them. I use text and emails, mostly emails, very little text, and I just don't use messenger bots. And I don't see that those are ever going to be big, because Messenger, I think, is a private thing, and people don't want a business in there. So I think you're going to get a negative reaction to it. At least we did. We got a negative reaction to it. So yeah, I guess I got to do this card, right? Nobody said anything more about this card. Does anybody want this card? Do you care about this card? I know one person didn't care about it. Maya Lauren, what's going on? Good to see you, Maya Lauren. I got more people popping in here now. Nice busy Saturday. I like that, guys. Invite your friends. Don't forget, what is it? Subscribe, share, like, ring bells. Yeah, bells, all that good stuff. Another sip of my tea here. All right, guys, I got to open this up. You ready? Okay. I'm pulling the tab now. There's the tab. How are you, Mr. JR? I am doing awesome. Thank you so much for asking. I appreciate that. And now we got the card here. Do you see the number? Did you get the number? Did you get the number? All right. Don't have any Amazon cards, Maya. Sorry about that. All right. I'm going to hold up this card here. Are you guys logged into your account? Are you guys logged into your account, your Apple account? Because here it comes. Here it comes. Here comes that card. It's kind of far away now. It's kind of hard to see. But in a second, you're going to see it, because it's going to get closer, and it's going to get closer, and it's going to get closer and closer. And pretty soon, you're going to be able to make out what that number is. You see that number yet? Start writing. Start writing. There it is. It is there. It is XQ9WG. I'm trying to see it because the card is covering my face. MRWRGL 9CTVG. Did you get that? XQ9W G. Oh, I can see it down there. G MRW RGL 9C TVG. All right, and whoever gets it, do me a favor, put in that chat section how much you got. Just type it in there. I know how much the card's for, so I'll know if you're telling the truth or not. Okay, it's from $10 to $500. XQ9WG MRWRGL9CTVG. There it is. There it is. Let me know who got it. Let me know who got it. I'm setting it off to the side. That card's ostensibly gone at this point. If somebody didn't type it in, nobody gets it. I get it. Then I get it. Just Roblox Acoustic. I think I got it. Well, you think you got it. You either got it or you didn't get it. Did you get it? Let me know. He's not sure, guys, so keep trying. Let me know for sure, Just Roblox. Because I got to know for sure. Got to know for sure. All right? There's no maybes. No. No maybes. Got to know for sure. Let's see if you got it. Put in the chat section any questions you have about anything making money online. I'll answer them before I go. All right, guys, I posted in there. If you've got any questions about anything, starting, running, and growing your online business, now's the time to ask it. Now's the time to ask me anything you want. Well, not anything, but I mean stuff about making money online. Well, yeah, you could ask me anything. If I don't want to answer, I guess I don't have to answer, right? That'd be a whole lot simpler. Just Roblox Acoustic, it's $10. All right, Just Roblox says he got it. Did anybody else get it? Did more than one people? Did more than one person get it? Huh? Did that happen? Make sure you're putting your questions in there, guys. I really love your interaction. Paul, you have been dropping the ball today, I got to say. You haven't been asking much. I'm not getting on you because you really do your part. You really do. But if you want to do more, that's okay too. James, you got anything going on, buddy? Moran, or Maya, let me know. Who else? Canadian entrepreneur, do you have any questions? You're new to this. Mr. Brain, Do you have any questions in there? Cameron, I'm scrolling through all these names here. Jack Dunn, what's going on, Jack Dunn? Good to see you. Melanie, Morad, you could ask me a question. It's okay. Coasters for Life. I still want to know what you do, Coasters for Life. But guys, now's the time to put in any of the questions, anything you want to know. I'm scrolling through all these names here. Web Solutions Marketing, anything you want to know, put that in there right now. I want to hear from you. I'd love to hear, even if you just want to say hello, or you like today's session, or you hated today's session, or whatever it is, put something in there. Okay, Paul finally stepped up here. What are your thoughts on running a contest to build a list of subscribers? What techniques do you find work best for audience building? How deep do you go on targeting perfect customers? I have done contests. I'm not doing one now. There's a contest software that I used. I can't think of the name of it, but I was giving away survival food. And I tell you what, that did really well. That got me a ton of names, a ton of leads. Some people would just go in the contest and then opt right back out again, so that didn't do me any good. But some people stuck in there and they became customers. I like contests, I really do. How deep do you go on targeting the perfect customer? Well, you know, I don't know how to really answer that. I try to target as much as I can. I don't drill down. The thing you got to be careful for when you're doing ads, like if I say I want 25 to 34-year-olds who are male, who live in Oklahoma, who are homeowners, who blah 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 blah. Facebook or YouTube is going to charge you a ton of money for that. So the more you drill down, the more expensive those leads become. So that's something you got to realize. You do want to target, but you don't want to target so much that you make the algorithm charge you brain damage, because then it's just not worth it. So that can happen. And a lot of people think, well, I'm just going to target, I'm going to get exactly who I want. Well, you're going to pay for it. You're going to pay a lot of money for it. Is this card for everybody that put the number in? No, just one person. It only works for one person one time. Sure, I love today's session. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate that. Your kind words mean a lot. Wanted to not hog the chat, but what days are best on retargeted mails? I don't know. I will tell you, I can tell on my emails when my best open rates are, because Kartra will tell you that. But you got to be careful on that, because was that a great day overall, or was it your subject line, or was it your offer? So you got to factor in all those things. But if you factored in all those things in Kartra, in analytics, it will show you your best open rate days. In YouTube, it will show you when the majority of your customers are online. Now, when I'm running ads, though, I don't really care, because think about this. If I'm running an ad and I'm going to show it to people who went to, let's say, the checkout page but didn't buy, what time of day do I really care about running that? I only pay for that ad if they click, so it doesn't matter. The time of day is irrelevant. Same thing as if I'm targeting people who are subscribers to my channel. It's only going to run to subscribers of my channel. So if they're not on, they're not going to see the ad anyhow. It doesn't even run. So that actually has targeted the time for you, basically. You don't have to worry about that. The only thing you have to worry about is when you run emails, when's your best open days. I would say that. But like maybe every Monday you have an email that's on survival, and people are really into survival, so they always open that email. But if you ran one on a sale on canned meats, they wouldn't open it, because that's not what their interest was that day. It gets really difficult. I mean, really difficult. I try not to go, bonkers over the analytics stuff, because you can really do that. You can drive yourself crazy. Okay, yep, I got that. Have you ever submitted survival foods for product review sites? If you Google Survivalcave food, you'll find a lot of reviews on YouTube. The only time I ever submit them is if they ask for it. I don't just contact sites and go, here, try out my food, because everybody's going to want a free sample. I mean, they just are. And I had a guy in LA that did that. He says he was going to do these videos and all that, and we sent him products, and he never did the video. I won't mention who he is, but I think that's how he pays his bills, getting free stuff and never doing anything. In demographic, do you find more males or females, and do you track repeat customers? We track everything. 100% track everything. My audience is almost all male. My audience is, the majority of my audience is 18 to 24, and then 25 to 34. I almost have nobody outside of that demographic. And I don't know if I can pull that up on my phone or not. It is pretty interesting though. When I saw that, I was like, what's going on? But it's my audience. It's not to say I don't have some older people. It's not to say I don't have some women in there. But the majority of my audience, let's see here, analytics, look here real quick, views, watch time, subscribers, maybe it's under subscribers. Nah, it's not under subscribers. Top videos, and get audience, there it is, audience. Yeah, if you look at my audience, this here will give you a good idea, but look at that. It is 93.2% men, 6.8% women. Now look at this, 18 to 24 year olds, that's 61% of my audience. And then 25 to 34 year olds is another 34%. And look at that. So that is like 96% of my audience is 18 to 34 year olds. 95% of my audience. I don't know why. I couldn't tell you why. I have no idea why the women aren't swarming to me, but they aren't. Look at that. I mean, this is what it is. So that's kind of interesting. I have 25% of my viewers in the United States, but I've got 19% in India. You know, in India, they watch a lot of my videos. Hey, Indian guys, what's going on? I do a lot of business over there, so that may have something to do with it. Let's see here. You mean I'm an abnormality? You are, James, but I'm going off with my best friend for dinner tonight, and he's 86 years old, and I've known him since I was 27. When I met him, he was like just turning 50 or 51, something like that. I've known him for 36 years, I think. 36, 37 years. And that's my best friend, so age has nothing to do with anything. He's as cool as he can be. I mean, just an awesome guy. When he was in his 50s, he was teaching me how to windsurf. So, I mean, well, I don't know what age means. I don't know. I mean, I have friends that are, 19 and 22. It doesn't mean a thing. Not a single thing. So we've had a pretty good session today, guys. If you liked it, put some comments in there. Give me a like, subscribe, ring the bell, turn on all bell notifications so you're notified every single time I do a video. I don't have anything more for you unless you got any parting questions. Besides the food, do you offer other products on Survival Foods? Do you have any new food products coming out? Blown away by your demographics. Yeah, those are crazy, aren't they? I mean, I don't know. No, I don't have any more Survival Foods coming out. I mean, we stay pretty busy with that product. We have some pretty big purchasers. I just sold a bunch to China. I have a Chinese, I guess, distributor, and he buys it by the pallet load. So I don't. It's a lot of work to add products to that line. I will do some affiliate things. I'm redoing my site, which I have been for months, but I'm redoing my site, and I'm going to be offering a lot of affiliate links through ShareASale. So I'll be doing a lot of that, and I'm going to have a section of my website that is just survival products, but they're all going to be affiliate products. So I'm not going to physically be selling them or putting them in boxes or doing any of that. It's just going to send them to that page where they can buy those products, and then I'll get a commission on it. Thanks a bunch. Peace and blessings always, everyone. Thank you so much, James. You are always a pleasant person to have in here, and so are you, Paul, and all the rest of you guys. Canadian entrepreneur, I'm glad you've joined our group here. I thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and dive out now. Richard says, great as always. Thank you so much, Richard. Feel free to send any questions, comments you have to my email. It's training@jrfisher.com. I'll be happy to answer you. I don't always answer you immediately, but I will answer you, and I do appreciate getting your comments and suggestions. Make sure you share the video, subscribe, like, the notifications, all the other good stuff, and comment below this video. If you're not watching this live, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. You can't be here live all the time. If you're not watching it live and you're watching a repeat of this or a recording of this, make sure you put in the comments any of your questions, and I will come back and answer those for you. Thank you so much for being here, guys. You have an awesome day.